Hello, listeners, dear Michigals. I didn't prepare anything for this. Welcome to the season 7 finale. If you've been around with us in seasons previous, you know that our finales are a little bit different. They're usually either unscripted or scripted by somebody that's not us. And things tend to get a little weird. So,
Especially when my husband is the one learning us things.
yeah. So we're he's about to learn us a thing.
Hmm. Hey, you told me last time that was a popular episode. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it was. It's true. People
Yeah.
seem to like these. So,
And people mentioned the Bobble episode to us in person, so
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go. And hey, we're part of a documentary, ostensibly because of that.
that's true.
that's
Mm.
true. I totally
Anything
forgot
ever-
about that.
Yeah, anything ever come of that?
I have no idea. I haven't seen that guy post in quite a while on YouTube's.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
But the algorithm may just not be showing us him, or he may be working on the documentary and he's not posting
Right.
his normal stuff. So,
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Anything.
I don't know.
All right. Well, Greg, take it away.
Yeah. I am Greg Pizzino. I am an author, a performer, and playwright. I am also married to Krista.
I feel like that should be higher in your accolades, but okay.
That's
That's fine.
But my work often intersects with like historical oddities a lot of the time. Usually when I'm doing lectures at like conventions and stuff, I introduce myself as a student of historical unlikelihoods. Like stuff that has no business being as important to history as it is.
I love
That
that.
describes a lot of history.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
The best
But-
kind of history.
Yeah. So not just like weird history, but history that like that has no business changing things as much as it does, and somehow it did. You
Yeah.
know, so that kind of stuff interests me. But this is a topic that I've been promising you guys for like 2 years now.
We finally got you to finish.
You
Sure.
finally got me to finish it
Yeah.
because I was in between other projects for a little bit. But we are going to talk about Harmonia, which was one of the 2 biggest spiritualist communities in the country, and it was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. No, not Grand Rapids, excuse me, Battle Creek, Michigan. God, I messed it up
I was
already.
like, oh man,
Already
Grand
screwed
Rapids
it up.
seemed like-
I know. I effed it up already. Man.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, that doesn't seem like a very Grand Rapids thing. It definitely seems like a Battle Creek thing, though.
It's 100% a Battle Creek thing. Battle
If you know
yeah,
the history of cereal, yeah.
yeah. Next to upstate New York, Battle Creek was the hub of the spiritualist movement,
That's wild.
right?
And we already have talked about some communities, communes and stuff on the Lake Michigan shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michigan was a wild time back in the day.
Yeah.
So we'll find out a little bit about why this is, because it was kind of set up ahead of time to be like this would be a great place for this kind of community to arise.
Okay.
But Harmonia specifically was an offshoot community from Battle Creek and a couple of the other local small towns that incorporated on its own as a specifically spiritualist community.
I love those. I love they were just like, nah, we talk to ghosts.
Sort of, yeah.
And you could do that kind of thing back then. You could just be like, I'm just gonna build a community about whatever thing I want and
Right.
call it a town.
I
Yeah,
mean,
basically.
they tried to build that like Nazi town.
Yeah, this is different than that. Thank God.
Yeah.
But you know, I
Yeah.
guess you can try still.
Yeah.
I'll kick us off. So Harmonia was founded on about 230 acres of land that split off as a village from Bedford and Battle Creek in 1857. By the 1840s, the area was already attracting what Brian C. Wilson of Quaker Theology, and shout out to Quaker Theology, that was a super resource. That was a great resource.
That's
It is
awesome.
It is a magazine about Quaker history.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
and you can find it all. You could read it all online. It's great. But yeah, so according to Brian C. Wilson of Quaker Theology, it was a significant community of liberal sectarians, a place where isms readily take root and flourish. Chief among them were the Quakers, but they were preceded by the Methodists, who moved in large groups from New York and New England, founding a church in Battle Creek in 1841, Baptists, who formed a congregation in 1835, different from Southern Baptists. These were the chill Baptists.
Okay. Yeah.
And a church, they formed a congregation in 1835 and a church in 1849. Presbyterians, who formed a congregation in 1836 and a church in 1842, and Episcopalians in 1839 and 1842, respectively. So all of this is going on at the same time in this area.
Dang.
It's a lot of beliefs, a lot of people.
Yeah. And of these, the Quakers quickly became the largest group.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody loves a Quaker, unless it's Nixon.
Correct.
Yeah.
I got that.
That is true. I forgot. Yeah.
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 One of the only Quakers nobody likes.
It's true. It's also one of the only Quakers I actually know the name of. So
Yeah. There's that guy
I
on the
follow
Oats.
one on YouTube.
There's that guy on the Oats package.
Okay.
There's that guy who's got the statue in downtown Belleville.
No, he's not a Quaker.
Oh, he just looks like the Quaker Oats guy.
I'm not
Oh,
sure the Quaker
different.
Oats guy was a Quaker, maybe.
Mm.
But no, I follow a Quaker on YouTube. Jessica Kelgard Fozard is Quaker.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
she and her wife had a Quaker wedding, and they don't allow photography at Quaker events.
Okay.
So they had an artist, like live sketch everything.
What the hell? That's incredible.
Fun thing about Quakers. Yeah, if you want to know what a Quaker wedding is like, she has a video where she talks about their wedding.
Yeah, I
I
kind
might have to
of
go back and watch it again. Yeah. It was
Anyway.
really interesting.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Quaker tangent.
Yeah. Well, so if, for listeners who are not familiar with sort of Quaker theology and ideology, the big thing with Quakers is you don't need a mediator between you and God.
Mhm.
You don't have to have a priest
Right.
for you and God to have a relationship and like figure out stuff from the Bible and things. It doesn't need to be explained to you.
Got
You
it.
could figure it out between you and God, right?
I mean, technically, all Protestantism was supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
you know.
People really like following other people.
Yeah,
Nah.
easy.
Yeah, much easier.
So what made the Michigan Quaker immigrants unique was the fact that the majority of them were Hicksite Quakers, which was one of two groups, the other being Orthodox Quakers, that resulted from the Quaker schism of the late 1820s. Hicksites held to the Quaker belief in the cultivation of inner spirit rather than specific outer belief, which was creeping into Orthodox Quakerism through the increasing presence of evangelicalism in Christian churches in America and Britain.
Oh, okay. I get
Yeah. So somewhat ironically, the Hicksite Quakers were in fact the ones who more closely held to the original beliefs of the Quaker Church's founder, George Fox. Not the Orthodox Quakers. The Orthodox Quakers were the ones who were changing shit up.
it. Yeah. They should trade names.
It's usually how
Right.
it happens.
Ah.
It's usually the original group that mutates.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of it was the Orthodox Quakers believed much more in religious authority figures. They wanted a religious. They
Yeah.
wanted a religious authority.
Yeah.
People want to be led.
Right,
You really do.
and that's like
Really,
the
really
entire.
do.
That's entirely like counter to the point of Quakerism.
You just
don't-
shouldn't be a Quaker then. You should just go find a different religion.
Right.
Different sect or
So I'm-
denomination, whatever.
I'm not entirely clear historically what they kept from Quakerism, I guess. You know, so
No way.
but from this Hicksite segment of the Quaker Church, there emerged another group who would eventually come to call themselves the Congregational or Progressive Friends. The Progressive Friends argued for a variety of societal changes, including abolition, temperance, and women's rights, a platform they called the basis for religious association.
Hell yeah.
So-
All right. I
And
was
that's-
worried for a second by the name.
Yeah, that's part of why Michigan is so abolitionist back in the day. Is because
Yeah.
these
Hell
people
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Battle Creek and Harmonia specifically were stops on the Underground Railroad for sure.
Ah, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Battle Creek, these progressive friends were organized into a local group called the Progressivists, who welcomed not only Quakers, but Universalists and Swedenborgians, among others, all of which helped lay the groundwork for the rise of spiritualism in the area. As abolitionist Parker Pillsbury, which is a great name,
Oh my God, it's a good name.
lamented, the spiritualists predominated in 1857, ruining the abolitionist cause of the Progressive Friends with a morbid, mawkish spiritualism that had infested it like a potato rot.
All right.
He did not like spiritualists. He's like, no,
Damn.
no, no. He's like, look, we're doing this abolition thing. We are not talking to ghosts.
The fucking goths came in and ruined everything.
Yeah.
Their stupid,
at least-
sad music.
I mean, Methodists were founded by ghost hunters, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they at least got along with them.
They're just like, look at those sad, morbid things. And it's just like, damn, the goths moved in and just ruined the neighborhood. Fuck.
So Kay, I think you are going to need to do a full Patreon extra on what exactly Swedenborgianism is.
You
just said words and I was like, Swedish
Oh,
chef.
yeah.
I have no idea what you just said.
Somebody mentioned it too. Maybe when we were in Chicago, someone mentioned it. It might have been the guy featured in our last episode.
It might have been.
Because he said the word and I was like, oh, those folks. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you know them. Like, yeah, I keep running into them because, yeah, apparently they were integral into a lot of Michigan history, a lot of weird history.
Yeah, so the Quaker Theology magazine actually said that they were referred to half-jokingly as Michigan's state religion because a number of state legislators at the time were Swedenborgians. So I will explain what I understand, like the amount of Swedenborgianism that I understand. I will probably get a bunch of it wrong.
Yeah.
Also, here's a fun thing. The first time I ever heard Swedenborg was the terrible Stephen King adaptation of Lars von Trier's television series, The Kingdom. Stephen King did this show called Kingdom Hospital. He wrote it. And it was originally a Danish series called The Kingdom that Lars von Trier had made. And their version of where ghosts, where the spirit realm was Swedenborgian space. The show's terrible. The show is terrible. Do not watch it.
It already sounds bad.
If you've ever seen Garth Marenghi's Dark Place,
no, you just said a bunch of words I don't know.
Don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it is. It is a satire of like Stephen King, essentially. Garth Marenghi is this like full of himself author who plays a Mary Sue character in his own TV show.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's kind of it's meant to look like it was made kind of in the 80s or early 90s.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yes. Whatever. Well, so it's that, but if it took itself seriously. And was actually written by Stephen King. Yes. I am not a Garth Marenghi fan, so I will put that out there.
That name is wild. That's a crazy name.
It is a regular stage comedy bit that this guy does. He revives this character every once in a while. But then they made a TV series with this character as if the character had made a TV series.
Right. But then Stephen King was like, yeah, but what if we were completely serious about it?
Right.
That's dumb.
Anyway,
go on.
Yes. So, like, the amount of Swedenborgianism that I understand is the relationship between God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit is essentially that, unlike in Catholicism where Jesus is both holy man and holy God, or holy divine. Okay,
I mean, it's a lot of them, but Catholicism specifically,
yes. So in Swedenborgianism, God incarnated as Jesus, so he was God wrapped in a man suit, more or less. It was like a God burrito.
Got it.
Okay.
Which is how it is in Anne Rice's novels.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And the reason that he came down was because humanity didn't get the message from the Old Testament, and they were so wicked that hell was kind of overflowing, and it was going to be a problem. So in order to stop that from happening, he incarnated as a man to go and explain shit to humans. And then when he was crucified, that dealt with all of the evil that was causing hell to like kind of overflow, right?
Okay.
Yes.
You
The
look
other,
confused.
yeah,
No, I'm just thinking he obviously did not know his creations very well if he chose to come down as just a dude and walk around trying to convince everybody else that this stuff is happening.
yeah.
I mean, he
I don't-
did a pretty good job. Most of the people like that are religious in the world are Christian.
That's true, I guess. But
Mm.
like I don't know, Has Been Hotel did it better.
So the other part that I understand about Swedenborgianism is the afterlife is a little different from other Christian sects.
Okay.
So Swedenborgianism, you kind of go to where you think you should be. Okay,
You can
So,
think
like-
your way to heaven?
kind of. So if you deep down like the God part of you, because like part of their whole deal is that everything is God, everything is ultimately divine and is
Okay.
part of God. It's all one universal being. Okay. So if the part of you that is God thinks that you need to go to hell, there you go. Okay. And you have this realization kind of when you die, whether or
Oh,
not
that
you
sucks.
whether or not you intellectually think that while you're alive,
Right.
you have this realization while you're dead, I guess.
Okay.
Come to God moment.
You have a God moment. Yeah, you have a come to God moment. Except that you are God. It's very complicated.
I mean, you're a piece of God.
yeah,
You're like
you
a
are
fraction.
you are a
There's
piece of God.
there's a little chunk of God inside you.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the only religion that thinks that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, if that part of you essentially determines you need to go to hell, then you go to hell. And hell is essentially as far away as you can be from the main source of God, because if you got too close to the main source of God, it would just obliterate you.
Right. Too shiny.
Yeah, essentially. But this also leaves open this sort of intermediary space where just loose souls and angels and demons and things exist. Okay. And the afterlife essentially is you as pure thought form. Like
Okay.
you have a being. It is not a physical being, but it goes about its day-to-day kind of like your physical being.
Okay.
And like if you think of a thing, just the moment of thinking of the thing can bring that thing to you. So literally, like the universe reacts to your thoughts.
Hell yeah.
Okay, but that is why Swedenborgianism ties into spiritualism, and it predates spiritualism, but it has a lot of through lines that go into spiritualism eventually.
I can see how spiritualism would pull stuff from that.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the amount that I've been able from the reading that I've done to understand
Yeah.
from the Swedenborgian. There's a couple of Swedenborgian churches and things. I'm sure I got a bunch of that wrong.
The
but
most important
I
part
got
for
the
me
gist.
is I learned that Swedenborg was like a person.
Mhm.
Okay.
Emanuel Swedenborg, who did not found his church. It was founded after he was dead and named after him based on his
Oh,
ideas.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. See,
Also, like
I'm
Jesus.
doing research on a Michigan cult that
Okay.
is a church named after a dude, but the dude, but they say he didn't found it. So I was like, no, not again. But no, this is fine. This is better.
Yeah. And he had a lot of similar ideas to people like Quakers and Episcopalians and basically the churches that are now cool with the women and cool with the gays.
Yeah.
Took him a
So-
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Swedenborg was kind of on the cusp of that for the most part, because you're all part of God, right? Whether
Right.
you're gay or straight or man, woman, whatever, you're all part of the same divine.
Yeah.
So really, the only thing you're hating is yourself.
Damn deep.
And they would
I mean,
like,
a lot of churches also believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the modern Swedenborgian church was one of the first Christian sects to have women pastors, have gay pastors. So
Nice.
Fuck yeah, Swedenborgians.
yeah. Yeah. And they, like I said, they still do exist. They have a number of churches. They have a big center here in Michigan. I forget where.
Is it Battle Creek?
I don't think it is.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So close.
So, let's see, where did we go? Where did we stop? Oh, potato rot. That's right.
Potato rat. Yeah, the goth's coming to town. Yeah.
So as many of your listeners probably know, spiritualism really gets its start in 1848 with the Fox sisters, Kate and Maggie, and later their older sister, Leah. Born in 1847 and 1833, respectively, Kate and Maggie demonstrated an ability to communicate with an alleged spirit named Mr. Splitfoot, whose name I love.
I don't know how I feel about it. Kind of creeps me out.
Well,
I don't know if they invented that name because it's a nickname for the devil.
I thought so too, but I don't know if that came
yeah.
before. Yeah, I don't know if that came before or after. Communicating him in their with him in their upstate New York home via a series of rapping noises.
Yeah.
After the girls went to stay with family friends Amy and Isaac Post in Rochester, themselves radical Quakers, spiritualism caught like wildfire in the Quaker community, quickly gaining adherents. So that's actually why many of the early spiritualists were Quakers, was because friends of the Fox sisters and their family were Quakers, and they went to stay with them while all this was going on and demonstrated.
Okay.
And those guys would call over their neighbors and be like, check this out.
Holy shit, come see this, dude.
Yeah.
And so all of these people who were there on the ground when it started were mostly Quakers.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. As
Okay.
adults, they would later claim that they made these noises themselves by cracking their toes and other joints, though Maggie, who continued to perform as a medium, would later recant this confession. Regardless, by the time the Fox sisters admitted their deception, the Spiritualist Church was already in full bloom. Indeed, by the end of 1848, spiritualism had already landed in Farmington, Michigan, itself a Hicksite stronghold and a place where we spend an abundance of time. Shout out to the Miniers.
Yeah, it's like, the hell, Farmington. Okay, all right.
Dude,
I see you.
so much weird shit about Farmington.
I know. It's just like, it pops up every once in a while, and you're like, Farmington, really? Okay.
Farmington,
Yeah.
Farmington, where ICP is from.
So that does that mean there's some kind of like hellmouth there, some kind of like portal?
Look, all I'm saying is I'd rather them fight Kid Rock than,
Yeah, that's true. Oh my
And
god,
they-
I'd pay for that.
Yeah, right? They probably do it too.
How do we contact them?
I don't know. Do you really want to do that?
Kinda.
Eh.
I mean,
Uh,
for these podcast purposes, absolutely not. I do not condone violence.
oh boy. All right. So enter Reynolds and Dorcas Cornell,
Dorcas.
founding members of the Battle Creek Hicksite meeting. The Cornells had read about the Fox sisters and other spiritualists and decided that they too would attempt to communicate with the dead, with, by all accounts, some success. So much success, in fact, that in 1850 they purchased a plot of land with the intention of building the Bedford Harmonial Initiative, or Bedford Institute, as it came to be known, along with their son Hiram, who would later come to run the institute, which officially opened in 1851.
I know this name. I know the Bedford Institute.
Ah.
I don't know
although-
why.
When it opened, the building itself was not yet completed.
Yeah, close enough. It's fine.
Yeah. While the school advertised itself as being non-sectarian, our old friend abolitionist Parker Pillsbury, which is still a great name, was disgusted with the clearly spiritualist focus when he visited in 1853.
Disgusted.
Yeah. That said, students who paid tuition largely via farm work. This sounds like a scam. This
sounds like a huge scam.
Students paid tuition largely via farm work, did study a variety of subjects, including Latin, Greek, French, mathematics, and natural and moral sciences. So there was, at least to some degree, a legitimate education provided to students of the Institute.
Krista, what the hell is a moral science?
I asked her that too.
Because
I
if
don't know.
anybody's gonna know, it's her.
I'm guessing it's just like where they would teach students like how to be good and how to do right from wrong, and then they just called it science.
Like an ethics
Yeah.
class that a friend of ours may or may not have cheated on.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
All right.
At the time, it was also the only school in the area.
Damn, so you don't have a choice.
Nope, you do not.
All right.
Its stated goal, according to an interview with Hiram Cornell in 1856, was to accommodate a liberal progressive class of minds. According to Tales of Battle Creek, the Institute's many unofficial names include descriptive words such as agricultural, seminary, and academy. The building was nicknamed the Bandbox due to its awkward size of 4 stories, the upper 2 floors built as dormitories to house boarding students.
They just threw a bunch of words?
Yeah, it had, like, I found it under 4 different names at least.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if that was just like what people called it, if it was actually advertised that way. I don't know.
Maybe they just sent out like 4 separate brochures for it, okay?
Something.
So they would get the whole range of people, all 4 types of people.
Right? You don't have a choice. It's the only school.
That's it.
Yeah.
You want learning? You go here. Do farm work.
I mean, that's how it was in a lot of places.
That's true.
Yeah.
Still kind of is.
With the success of the Institute, the Cornells now set their sights even higher, commissioning John Meacham to design a 140-lot village on 80 acres, which split off from Bedford and Battle Creek. Shortly thereafter, Harmonia was born, named for the spiritualist doctrine that emphasized the harmonious relationship between the physical and spiritual worlds. And there you can get that, like, Swedenborgianism, kind of.
Yeah.
So
we're all connected.
Yeah. Harmonia's most famous resident was, of course, Sojourner Truth. Born into slavery around 1797 and freed in 1827, along with all slaves in New York, Truth became what Tales of Battle Creek describes as a sort of tramp evangelist, using her masterful speaking ability to rally for a variety of causes, including abolitionism, cessation of capital punishment, temperance, and the welcoming of refugees. She spoke before presidents and senators, state legislatures, at churches and universities. During the Civil War, she worked with the Freedmen's Bureau to bring refugee camps of freed slaves food, clothing, and instruction and sanitation in the camps. While she spent a lot of her time traveling the country, she using her gift of speech wherever she felt she was called, Harmonia became her home base. By all accounts, however, Truth did not enjoy much living in Harmonia in the village, having little interest in spiritualism herself, and would eventually move to Battle Creek proper in 1867, leaving her Harmonia property to her daughter and son-in-law, and they continued to live there for quite some time.
Sweet.
Harmonia's fortunes started to fall, with the Institute disbanding in 1860, according to an article in the Battle Creek Inquirer from January 16th, 2019, entitled The Rise and Fall of Harmonia, a Spiritualist Utopia and Home to Sojourner Truth, by journalist Nick Buckley. It appears to have continued as a school after this, however, as when a tornado ripped the top 2 floors off, it was re-roofed and lessons continued in the bottom 2 stories.
Good God.
Yeah, and that happened in 1862, I think. So the building kept going.
Yeah.
But I don't know who was running the school at that time, if it became like a more public school or what.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Quoting farmer James H. Roffey from an interview with the Battle Creek Inquirer in 1917, and that is so cool that it's the same newspaper that was like published.
Yeah, I was like, wait, you just quoted that.
Yeah. I had a nice farm, but there was one time I thought I had settled in a bad spot. That was in 1862 when our farm was struck by a tornado. I happened to be out in the woodshed when the storm broke. The only thing that saved my life was a joist in the kitchen that formed a shelter over my head where I lay against the side of the house. When I got out, I found my little girl 100 yards away. She had been blown over the tops of some trees, 40 or 50 feet high. She wasn't hurt much of any, but our little boy was killed.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, you threw that kid 40 or 50 feet high and she was fine.
Tornadoes are weird, dude.
It said she was mostly fine. She was probably scraped up and bruised and stuff.
Mostly fine, yeah.
But
she only had 3 broken fingers.
Right. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, tornadoes do stuff like that all the time.
They do some crazy stuff. They're freaky.
The Cornells moved to Nebraska in 1863, leaving Harmonia without leadership or, more importantly, financial backing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, even as its founders were preparing to leave, Methodist farmers were already buying up the surrounding land, putting an end to the spiritualist dominance of the area. It was the outbreak of World War I, however, that put the final nail in the coffin of Harmonia. In 1917, the land was selected by the Battle Creek Chamber of Commerce to serve as a training center for the Army as Camp Custer, where an estimated 90,000 doughboys were trained in the use of machine guns in preparation for deployment to the front.
I'm sorry, we had somebody earlier in the podcast named Pillsbury, and now we got some doughboys.
Yeah.
All right.
Why
Just
not?
like to point that out.
The area, now known as Fort Custer, still serves as a training area for the Army National Guard and other branches of the military, mainly in the use of small arms and maintenance training. The exact spot where Harmonia stood, however, is not part of the base. Instead, it sits in the parking lot of the nearby Denso factory. However, the end of Harmonia did not, in fact, mark the end of spiritualism in Battle Creek. But before we get there, we need to look at one of the Cornell's contemporaries, James M. Peebles.
You know how much we love Michigan-made Lynn B Designs 5 free vegan nail polish. Now we can all further pamper ourselves with scented cuticle oils, a quick absorbing and moisturizing blend of jojoba and grapeseed oils with vitamin E and perfume. Wrap yourself in the delicious aromas of chai spice, pistachio dream, fall vibes, or gummy bears if you're feeling sweet. Peruse all the new scents at linbdesigns.store. Once again, that is linbdesigns.store. We love you. I own so many of your nail polishes. Thank you.
I just want to say, I know a couple people who worked at Denso.
Do you?
They don't know more, but yeah.
And
like your parking lot.
And Krista and I have camped right near Fort Custer. There's a state campground there.
I mean, it was in the Fort Custer State Campground, State Park.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, we've probably driven by, like, right where Harmonia was.
Yeah,
for sure. I think we've driven by Denso.
Yeah, and I believe actually the street name that takes you there is still Harmonia.
Beautiful, good. We have there's some memory there.
I'll have to tell John. I think he'll get a kick out of that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, his dad worked at Denso for a long time, and then he worked there as like a summer job or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know?
It's a Japanese company, Japanese automotive company, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
all the management people are from Japan because that's how Japanese companies work.
Yes.
So, and all of the secretaries and everybody, because he liked listening in to the women and like listening and hearing them speak Japanese to each other. Like all the magazines in like the office were Japanese.
Right.
James M. Peebles, James Martin Peebles, practice combined Swedenborgianism and spiritualism, and at least one historian claims that it was Peebles that was responsible for the creation of Harmonia, either alongside or instead of the Cornells. I could only find one person who said that, though, and I don't know what their specific evidence was.
Sure.
So
alongside would make sense if he was like an early founder.
I guess.
Early settler.
Before his death at the age of 99, Peebles became one of the most well-known spiritualist leaders, and whether he had a hand in building Harmonia or not, we do know that he was the head of numerous other organizations, including the National Spiritualists Association, the California College of Sciences, the People's College of Science and Philosophy, the California Centenarian Club, and the California Humanitarian League. First of all, never trust a guy who is the head of the California Centenarian Club, but is only 99 years old.
He was getting it ready for himself. He was preparing.
I'm just saying.
Can I just say how so often there is a California-Michigan connection, and I don't know the underlying weird, like, I don't know the connection to that, but, like, it happens a lot.
The states in between aren't worth stopping in.
Maybe.
That's fair. I mean, you guys have done that drive. You tell me how many of those states were worth stopping in.
Pretty much when you get past the Rockies, there's no point in stopping. Yeah. If you can keep going as long as you can.
And always stop and fill up your car with gas because you never know when the next gas station will be.
You literally don't. Sorry to the actual several friends I have in Kansas City. You chose to live there for some reason. Yeah, that's weird. the California Michigan thing comes up kind of a lot. That's wild.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the 1800s, there really wasn't anything worth stopping for.
That
Yeah.
is
Well,
true. Yeah, unless you like were some kind of miner. Like that's it.
I mean, if you're a farmer,
Or farmer.
if you're looking for some free land to steal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in addition to being head of all those organizations, he also possessed a degree from the fraudulent Philadelphia University of Medicine and Surgery. Fraudulent universities being in vogue at the time in Philadelphia, as it turns out, including the Eclectic Medical College, which once gave a degree to a 2-year-old. University Hospital, University and Hospital of Philadelphia, the Livingstone University of America, and the Electropathic Institute, to name a few, and a degree, presumably also fraudulent, from the Medical University of Chicago in philosophy.
Because that's dumb.
Right. But yeah, apparently in Philadelphia at the time, fraudulent universities were rampant.
That's nuts. I mean, you know, the early 2000s in America was kind of the same way, but
But
They're more
Like-
spread out, but yeah.
yeah, you know, not
Yeah,
concentrated in one city. Philadelphia, what the hell?
I don't know why Philadelphia, but there was an entire article about fraudulent medical universities in Philly specifically.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It sounded prestigious.
Yeah, I guess.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Although I do want to know what the
Was.
Electropathic Institute was about.
You can't guess?
He was a professor at the Eclectic Medical College of Cincinnati, which was a real university and taught some of the first Black physicians in the U.S.
Okay, but it
Not-
doesn't sound like a real university. I
Yeah,
just wanna
he
point
did
that
not
out.
teach. He did not teach them, as far as I know, but the university did.
Oh, okay.
To clear that up.
Like the name, the word eclectic in the name makes it sound not so
Well,
prestigious.
That sounds
So for
fake as hell.
For those wondering, eclectic medicine was a term coined by physician Constantine Samuel Rafinesque, referring to physicians who employed whatever means they found to be beneficial to their patients, including the use of medicinal plants, a technique he learned by observing indigenous people.
Oh, so it's like holistic, but
Essentially, it is
Yeah.
proto-holistic medicine. Now,
okay.
Okay.
Got it.
If that's what you thought was going to fix your patient.
Right. Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. I'm
yeah.
down.
Yeah. But that is only one of the things that, eclectic, comprises eclectic. You could have all kinds of other wacky ideas. If you thought that was what was going to fix your patient, that would also be eclectic medicine.
Yeah, just whatever. Throw anything at it.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Experimental.
That would be my. Yeah. If I had to do medicine, that'd pretty much be it. So.
Yeah.
You know.
Peebles was a vegetarian, an early anti-vaxxer. Boo. He was against the use of tobacco, alcohol, coffee, meat, tea, tobacco, and also an anti-vivisectionist. And as you may have guessed, he was a complete fraud.
No way! From all of that's crazy. From all the fake degrees and universities you just named, that's insane. What does it mean to be an anti-vivisectionist?
I am not entirely sure.
Okay.
That is not a thing that I wanted to research. I know what vivisection is. I can guess.
I'm
Okay.
guessing he was against vivisections.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it has something to do with not wanting to destroy the body or mar the body.
Yeah, and there were definitely. I mean, I'm thinking way further back in history. There were definitely physicians that were like, no, we can't desecrate, a human corpse. We'll have to learn some other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone who is squeamish about violence to animals, now would be the time to turn your ears off. Anti-vivisectionist refers to individuals or organizations that advocate against the use of live animals in scientific and medical testing.
Oh.
Yeah. He was
All
against.
right.
Yeah.
Usually vivisection is something we use for isn't an animal term, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Oh shit, that's cool.
yeah, which makes sense with him being a vegetarian.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
I just learned a thing that I am. I have a word for it now. Sweet.
There you go. But that's right. Yeah, old James M. Peebles opened the People's Institute of Health in Battle Creek.
I need him to not use his name in things.
It doesn't get better from here.
Great.
Yeah. He opened the People's Institute of Health in Battle Creek, where you could send him your money and your symptoms, and from his office above a local cigar store, he would 100% definitely fix your problem with his miracle cures, and he could do it all without ever seeing you in person, thanks to his psychic abilities and powers equal to Christ.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You know, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad until you had to bring Christ into it.
Uh-huh. He beat the Beatles to saying that they were bigger than Jesus.
Well, he didn't say he was bigger than.
He said he was equal to.
He said
Equal
he was
to.
equal to. That's
His powers were equal to.
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I didn't know Jesus did remote healing, but
Right?
Me either.
Look, there's that whole song about it. Own personal Jesus. You call him up on the phone, and it's a good song.
Okay. Yep, that's what that song is about, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. One of his specialties was Dr. Peebles' epilepsy remedies number 1 and 2, which were determined to be largely composed of bromide and water, which, while in fact known to be effective against certain types of epilepsy, must be carefully monitored as overuse can cause a variety of health problems, including loss of memory and hallucinations. In February of 1903, Peebles was tried and convicted for what would today be the equivalent of mail or wire fraud, because he was basically sending out snake oil through the mail.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I was like, why not medical fraud? But
Yeah,
right.
and I think it probably has to do similar to the way it does today, that's a much easier thing to convict you of.
yeah.
Sure.
Like that's a pretty, you did a bad thing through the mail or using, interstate lines or whatever. That's, even if I can't convict you of some more serious fraud, that's an easier one to convict you of.
And
And like
honestly,
you were saying, like he really was sending them medicine.
He was sending them what he thought to be medicine, correct? I don't imagine that he was real careful about the dosage or, what he told people to do with
Or
said
that
medicine.
the people were careful about taking it.
also
or
that.
or that
Probably that.
Yeah, or that that epilepsy was even what they had, because he never saw these people.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he had no way of knowing what these people's actual problem was. He was just giving them a thing.
But he was psychic and equal to Jesus.
Let's see here. So, like I said, February 1903, he gets tried and convicted for what would be the equivalent of mail or wire fraud today. And now, if you value your faith in humanity, this is the part where you might want to fast forward through.
Don't worry, it's blocked on.
Today, in the year of our Lord 2026, there is a psychic medium who claims to be a trance medium for the beautiful spirit of Dr. James M. Peebles.
I'm going to flip this table.
For the low price of just $10, you can buy her MP3s of Dr. Peebles speaking through her, giving you all manner of advice on how to live your life. Or for $25, you can join a live virtual session with her and Dr. Peebles. The more things change, the more they stay the same, my friends.
Is this a blonde woman?
Let's see. I'm looking at her website right now.
Is she based in Michigan?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a blonde lady.
Yeah, how did I know?
I don't believe so. But like, looking at her background, she is not the first person to be the channeler for Dr. Peebles. Her mentor was the previous channeler for Dr. Peebles, and she was so moved that when her mentor retired, she went on a spiritual journey to become the new trance medium for Dr. Peebles.
Wow.
I'm sending you in the Discord right now. I am not going to call this person out personally. And please don't, like, you believe what you believe. Please don't take this as me like slamming, somebody's genuinely held belief. If the person, like, this is this person's entire shtick, this is the one person that she channels.
Okay.
And she sells MP3s and stuff of her channeling sessions with Dr. Peebles, and he tells you what's going to come in the future and how you should live your life, and all manner of other things.
Chris says this is a good use of Haunted Mitten funds.
No, I don't think it would be.
Damn. Okay,
there,
fine.
I guess it's only $10.
I'm like, that's cheap.
There is okay, so there are some discounted ones under her products and services. Under Timeless Guidance MP3s, those ones are only $5.
Oh my god.
Now I don't know if those ones are Dr. Peebles. Those might just be her telling you how to live your life or whatever.
I can't believe this is her name, by the way.
Right?
Like when I saw the link, I was like, that must be a joke.
Literally, oh my god.
And it specifically says under one of her bios on the page, in parentheses, birth name. Just in case you were in doubt.
I kind of was, so that's actually great.
I don't blame her. I blame her parents.
Oh, that.
But she has been Dr. James Peebles' medium since December 4th of 1994. And like I said, I'm not trying to make fun of this person, but letting the guy who was very clearly a fraud tell you how to live your life after he's long dead, and that being your only gig.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god.
She could have done better, I feel like.
Right?
Oh, there's so many better people to channel.
I mean, I know someone who, I don't know if she channels him, but like Edgar Allan Poe is her guardian spirit.
Incredible.
She lives in Michigan. You may have met her.
I probably have. I don't know who you're talking about, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
I know. Yeah, I know a lot of people who have, and not saying that like Edgar Allan Poe isn't her guiding spirit. It's just interesting,
sure. Right?
I mean, like if you're gonna seek out, so to speak, a person to channel or a person to connect with, I would go more in the Poe direction
than the fraud
over a proven
snake oil
fraud?
guy. Yeah. I don't know. This, by the way, was the moment that I thought you guys were going to like go down a rabbit hole and kind of lose it.
Yeah, no, I have tabs open.
I'm not.
No, that's not Super Krista's thing, but this is definitely mine. And researcher Jeff's. I cannot wait to send this to him.
And I, like I said, I apologize if you are this person listening right now and you are offended. I do not mean to offend you. I just
sweetheart, you can do better. I feel like you can do better.
You can do better.
Like it's a thing where it feels like this person got taken in by their mentor that inspired them, and kind of like got a little gaslit into this,
or got taken in by Peebles.
Something I don't know. I don't know. God. I don't know.
Because he strikes me as the kind of man who would want to continue beyond the grave.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm even like, okay, is that even Peebles, or is that thing lying?
It is.
I believe it's Peebles. That's what very little we know of him.
Like, it's just Peebles continuing to fuck around.
Not necessarily fuck around, just continuing to do his shtick.
Continuing, yeah.
He clearly liked being in charge of things and being not the center of attention, but he had all these organizations that he was the head of, and had this mail order business and stuff. So he liked the attention,
right?
Yeah, he's not going to let death stop him.
Yeah, that's a good take on this actually. Like, yeah, maybe he's feeding you some bullshit from beyond the grave, but yeah, I don't know.
It's a very interesting. Whatever's going on, it's a very interesting situation.
Yeah.
However you choose to take it, whatever you choose to believe.
Yep. She is also available for you to book for in-person consultations with Dr. Peebles, and that's only like $25. It's not.
Oh wow,
that's nothing.
I think
he's like really undercharging.
She kind of is. Let's see here. Oh gosh, still thinking around. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry. The conversations are $100. The you participate in a live session, an open session,
Mm-hmm.
Virtually. So basically, she is channeling. You are not really doing anything or really initially interacting. If there is time, you can ask questions of Dr. Peebles. That's only $25.
Okay.
That's not
But yeah,
bad.
you can
That's
book a
still-
personal conversation with this person for $100, which it is still, via Zoom and all that other stuff. But
Well, yeah, I presume,
Um,
it's
yeah,
unless you're super local to that person, it's probably
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, that's Dr. Peebles.
Oh my god.
Every time I hear it, I think of Magilla Gorilla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I was thinking of. Thanks.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know
yeah.
what that is.
It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and he was a giant gorilla, and he lived in a pet store, and the owner of the pet store was Mr. Peebles.
Okay.
He was a really smart gorilla.
Yeah, and got into shenanigans, like,
Yep.
A cartoon character. The outbreak of the Civil War and its bloody aftermath left a deep psychological and spiritual scar upon the American soul, and spiritualism offered a much longed-for sense of comfort. Those left behind welcomed the chance to talk to their deceased loved ones, war dead and otherwise, and Michiganders were no exception. In 1877, spiritualism celebrated its 29th anniversary at Goujoak Lake, which was selected as the site for the annual Spiritualist camp meeting. At least 50 spiritualists came from around the country for the event, Battle Creek being an ideal location between Detroit and Chicago. In subsequent years, the area's spiritualist movement would shift west to Vicksburg, due in part to the more conservative ideals of the rising Seventh-day Adventist movement in Battle Creek.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I will say Peebles does strike me as like the Wario to Kellogg's Mario. At least Kellogg had some medical knowledge.
Okay, so the lake name sounded familiar, and I was like, I think there's a ghost or a monster or something in that lake, and there is. There's a ghost story attached to it, and I just got disable my ad blocker from Battle Creek Inquirer, and I'm not going to do that. Battle Creek Inquirer.
Sorry, buddy, we can't afford you.
It just wants me to turn off my ads. I'm not, I said, I'm not going to do that.
Still not doing it.
But yeah, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that's in our doc.
Oh,
gojoaklake.org/history/ and there's a whole thing about it.
That's awesome.
You can learn about the lake.
All
But,
right.
Yeah, there's a ghost story attached to that lake. How interesting that it comes up in this discussion as well.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so after that, the annual Spiritualist meeting, the movement would shift west of Vicksburg, like I said, due in part to the more conservative ideals of the rising Seventh-day Adventist movement in Battle Creek, many of whom actually, like Peebles, were vegetarians. Jeanette Fraser, a convert to spiritualism, built an entire campground with the goal of providing a gathering place for spiritualists from around the country. The first camp at Fraser's Grove took place in 1884 with over 40 tents and multiple small windowless buildings for seances. According to the Kalamazoo Valley Museum, one could find a crowd of 2,500 people packing the campgrounds on a Sunday afternoon. The Grove became a key part of the local economy in Vicksburg, with carriages taking travelers from the train station to the campground, tent rentals, and rooms for rent. One could attend classes and lectures in practical medicine, occult sciences, psychic descriptions, physiology, psychology, mental and magnetic healing during the 21 days of festivities each year.
Honestly, it sounds like my perfect place.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like I want to do most of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the actual medical stuff.
You're gonna do some magnetic healing. Come on.
Yeah. Give me that copper bracelet.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Right?
Yeah. We sold those at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. While I couldn't narrow down a date for the closing of Fraser's Grove specifically, the area was a draw for spiritualists from around the country until at least the 1920s, when the spiritualist fad kind of ended. But wait, there's more groves. There's more groves.
There's always more groves.
There's always more groves. Fraser's Grove wasn't the only one where spiritualists gathered. In nearby Albion, just east of Battle Creek, spiritualists met in The Grove, a wooded park bounded by Hannah E. Cass, Jackson, and Mingo streets, according to albionmitch.com.
Okay.
Maintained by local journalist and historian Frank Pasek. The spot is now home to Albion College, but in the 1850s, at the same time the Cornells were building Harmonia, spiritualists like Sarah M. Tuttle, a milliner and wife of Dr. Samuel Tuttle, local physician and pharmacist, were also attempting to speak to the dead. Tuttle became a prominent local medium, advertising her services in 1857 as follows. S.M. Tuttle, who has for some 3 years been before the public as a highly acceptable trance lecturing medium, will answer demands upon services in the above capacity.
Albion College, also haunted.
Also haunted.
There you go. Maybe that's why.
Oh my
I
god.
know, there's all these places. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Spiritualist hotspots, now famously haunted.
Newspapers of the area were riddled with similar advertisements at the time from mediums and psychics, mostly women, as their extrasensory powers and intuitions were presumed to make them best suited for communication with the spirit world.
You're damn right.
To quote Paige Smith's Daughters of the Promised Land.
Yeah, correct. Says someone who has no psychic ability whatsoever.
I was going to say, how did I end up being your ghost bait then?
Because I want it too bad. And you don't. Therefore, bait.
Yeah, it's like Greg and I are more psychically in tune than you are.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Because you know, the Newkirk Museum of the Paranormal we do like psychic experiments and paranormal experiments and a whole bunch of things once a month on the Patreon. Aaron is pretty psychic, or at least he gets a lot of hits on, especially on the remote viewing stuff. I don't. I can't bend spoons. I can't remote view anything. Can't talk to ghosts.
Krista and I are especially psychic when it comes to food and each other.
Yep.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
you guys have this little food link in your brain.
That's gotten to the point where it's a little weird.
And I just take it as like I often will purposefully think at Greg, like I'm at work and I'm like, man, I can really go for some Chinese tonight. And then I'll get home and he's like, I was thinking Chinese. I'm like, yes, you were.
Yeah, you were.
Stop hijacking my brain.
And even one time I was like,
rude.
I want Chinese or pizza. I can't decide. And I get home and Greg's like, I was thinking Chinese or pizza, but I don't know which one I want. And I was like, well, that's no help. Because I also couldn't decide.
You guys have your little food brain connection.
Yeah, it was something I noticed because he would often get home before me.
Yeah.
And I'd be thinking like, man, I really want Chinese tonight. Chinese or pizza, those are like my two go-tos.
Yeah.
And then I would get home and he's like, yeah, I was really thinking Chinese tonight for some reason. And it just happened so often. I was like, I'm using this to my advantage. Yeah. And I've made it happen a number of times.
Oh, it's incredible. That's so good.
I remember one time I was really thinking hard about Chinese and I got home and Greg was making dinner and I was like, oh man, he's like, yeah, I was thinking Chinese, but I wanted just to not eat out because we just ate out another night or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so you got my message, but you overrode it.
You vetoed it. Dang it. Oh, he learned.
So to that end, I want to finish with the story of Mrs. William Whaling, or Walling. I think it's Walling. Walling, either way.
Walling.
Yeah, probably Walling.
Who, from her octagon-shaped house at 41 North Avenue, now 159 North Avenue, in Battle Creek, conducted regular seances for which she charged 50 cents, which is around $16 today. For the ticket price, one could watch as Walling channeled the spirits of famous locals, including, in what might be some of the most poor taste imaginable, Sojourner Truth herself, who had died only a few weeks earlier.
No.
Oh my god.
And this safe bet, this was a white lady, so I'm just gonna put that out there
assumed.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She was eventually exposed as a fraud by a group of prominent male citizens, according to Jody Owens, a volunteer with the Battle Creek Historical Society. Quote, one of the men, Dr. Waddles, insisted on shaking hands with a spirit through the partially closed door of the cabinet. I assume it's a spirit cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Soon,
Mhm.
Mrs. Walling was exposed. She was in the cabinet, and at one point, some spirits were supposed to materialize, and someone at the seance wanted to shake hands, and a hand comes out, and then Waddles shakes her hand, and the spirit pulls back. He pulls someone out, and it was Mrs. Walling. Mrs. Walling's husband was subsequently brought up on charges of illegally hosting an exhibition in his home because it was his house. She couldn't.
It was his
charge.
house.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was fined $39.60, around $1,300 today.
Oof.
A subsequent investigation by Battle Creek's two newspapers, the Journal and the Moon. Why do we not have a Moon newspaper anymore?
Yeah,
That's
damn.
awesome. I want
Way
that.
better.
Revealed that the Wallings had already been chased out of both Chicago and Terre Haute as frauds. So, seeing the writing on the wall, the two moved just outside the city limits, and Mrs. Walling continued to have a successful career as a psychic medium.
Done.
Oh man. Didn't even go far.
It's old time. It's like old times, right? So all you had to do was just move slightly further away.
Like she moved outside the city limits where there were no cops.
There's no cops. There's no laws here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do what I want.
International waters, baby.
Do we not have townships back then? We didn't have sheriffs.
No,
No.
it's just you moved outside of town and there was just woods.
And people apparently, despite the fact that she had been exposed as a fraud multiple times in public,
Right.
people
Doesn't matter.
still came to her for decades.
I mean, there's no internet, right? Like,
Ah,
Well, I mean, people will stand by, oh, I was framed. Oh, I'm
That's
a victim here.
Yeah.
Yeah. People will stand by you.
yeah, that's
Yes,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that, my
And yeah,
friends,
that's probably not something the sheriff's going to go after.
Also,
No.
that's a waste of time, right?
I mean,
I'm impressed.
Michigan, all of Michigan was platted the year we became a state.
That's
Every
true.
township, everything.
Yeah.
No land was left free.
I'm impressed that they got convicted of anything, honestly. And it was, you're not allowed to have an entertainment exhibition in your home.
Right.
Yeah.
That was what they got busted for.
That's probably all they could get them on.
I'm sure it
Probably,
was. Yeah.
Yeah. Because how are you going to prove the other? So what would you even charge them on?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there was a generic fraud,
Right.
as
Well,
a
and
crime.
I think the victim would have to make a charge.
Yeah.
They would have to be, oh, this person either frauded me or this person stole or something.
But I mean, that's what
Yeah.
Dr. Waddles was apparently there for, was to prove that she was a fraud, and he gave her the money to bring a ghost, and she didn't bring the ghost.
But he wasn't defrauded because he went there to prove she was a fraud.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of people who were frauded were like, I'm not coming forward. I don't want everybody to know that
They're all
I'm
gonna
think I'm
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. And I'm not saying that all spiritual anything is fraud by any means. I've had enough weird experiences on my own to,
Same, yeah.
using some of the same methodology as, some spiritualists use, doing automatic writing and things like that
Mhm.
I am not going to discount everything that has to do with spiritualism as fraudulent,
Right.
but it is ripe for fraudulence.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like things just aren't that reliable.
Yeah.
That's also true. Yeah.
Like anyone who's like, oh, I can do this thing on, just ask me and bam, it's done. Like, no.
Sorry, the phenomenon does not work
I
that
don't
way.
believe you.
Let me just call my dead friend Jimmy Peebs on the phone. And
It's like I know so many people who are very, very in tune and are very uncanny. And even they will say, yeah, sometimes it just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. Yeah. That's not how the phenomenon works. The phenomenon does what it wants to do when it wants to do it.
that is the other thing that does make me question this whole James Peoples mediumship thing, that is the person that you can channel reliably every time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That, I think, is what they would have called back in the day possession.
Yeah, I was like, so she's just okay.
Yeah.
Right, she's possessed.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So yeah,
I
that
hope
my friends
she's not, but yeah.
yeah, that is Spiritualism in Battle Creek. Oh, you can find that person also on the YouTube, so you might be able to watch some free stuff on there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
I will shout out a couple of my references though that I used. So the Battle for Battle Creek, sectarian competition in the Yankee West from Quaker Theology. I got a ton of information from there that was super useful. Spiritualism has been part of Battle Creek's history since the rise of the movement in the 1800s from second wave media. Spiritualism has been, don't write that one, Kalamazoo Valley Museum, Gathering the Spirits, Spiritualism in Southwest Michigan. That is actually on YouTube, and it is by the same guy who wrote Battle Creek Regional Histories, Museums. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is not the one from YouTube. That is, which one? Now I have to look it up. The Kalamazoo Valley Museum, no, that was just an article on their website. I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that museum. It's a good museum.
Yeah.
The history of the Philadelphia fraudulent medical colleges from Europe and EuropePMC.org. They have actually some scans of older books about that were contemporary about the history of the Philadelphia fraudulent medical colleges.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
I do have here in my notes the website for the Transmedium. I am not going to broadcast that here. You guys could do that on your own.
It's probably
can,
pretty easy to find if you just Google medium.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm not naming names.
And if you have the same reaction to her name that we did, you're probably in the right spot.
Yeah, you did it. Congrats.
Yeah, Bernice Bryant Lowe's Tales of Battle Creek, which was like the go-to reference for anything Battle Creek. It was written in the late 60s or early 70s, something like that. And like Nick Buckley, who wrote the article for the newspaper and also did a talk at the Battle Creek Regional History Museum, Harmonia in the Bottoms with speaker Nick Buckley, he makes a lot of reference to that book.
Okay.
Which you can get through Melcat, because that's what we did.
You can actually find a free copy of it online. It's accessible.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
If you just search for the book, and actually I have a link to it in my notes that I will send over. You guys can put it on your website or whatever.
Wait.
For the free PDF that you can just read.
Wow.
It does only have about 3 pages worth of material on Harmonia, so it's got a lot of stuff on Sojourner Truth if you're interested in her.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you're just interested in Battle Creek in general, it's got a ton of information about Battle Creek. Like that was the go-to history of Battle Creek, as far as I can tell.
Wow. Okay.
The video Searching for Harmonia, The Lost Mystery Village by Michael Delaware, which is on YouTube. He does a lot of Battle Creek history videos, and especially going into Battle Creek cemeteries and things.
Yeah.
Which you can go to the Harmonia Cemetery. It still exists. You can go there. You can see the graves from people in Harmonia.
We need to go.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
we need to get Liana and Tom. We need to get them.
Tom.
Yeah. And then wander around with them in the Denso parking lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We
have to do that.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the Battle Creek Regional History Museum, Harmonia in the Bottoms with speaker Nick Buckley. That is a video on YouTube that you can watch. It is a lecture that he did. It covers a lot of the same stuff as his Rise and Fall of Harmonia, Battle Creek Spiritualist Utopia article. Yeah, but if you don't like reading articles and you would rather have the writer read it to you, he will do that. And he also talks about one of the first black neighborhoods in Battle Creek.
Oh, hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
dope.
And he's got an audience full of people from Battle Creek who remember that neighborhood because it existed later than Harmonia did. So yeah, that is all the references and things. Hopefully you had a enlightening good time.
A spirited good time, one could say.
Wow.
Yeah, that was great. And a small plug, if you were part of our Patreon, you got some of these links and information before the episode even came out. So you could know the name of that medium. You could see the Octagon house that I found online on like a realty website.
Nice.
You could be a part of the conversation. Greg, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love all your weirdo history dives.
I feel like there's so much more to be done with James M. Peebles.
I think it's already being done. I think it's already being done. You just have to go to that website and you'll figure it out. You'll find out what
He'll
people
tell you-
has to say about your future.
He'll tell you how to straighten up and live right.
It might involve bromine. Who knows?
I don't trust that. Maybe it's like the art of the deal.
Like I said, I think somebody here needs to do an entire Patreon like extra about Swedenborgianism, because that's going to take you down a whole rabbit hole.
I'm very excited. I got Wikipedia up on my phone already.
I will send you the couple of Swedenborgian churches that I was looking at that were kind of helpful, that I gathered most of the information I had.
Sweet.
It's mostly because I am like I was raised Roman Catholic, so I know mostly about how Roman Catholicism sort of works. And I haven't been
the
Roman
Catholic
Catholic since I haven't been Roman Catholic since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I've forgotten most of what I knew. I'm lucky I remembered the holy divine and holy man bit.
Yeah.
I do remember that from my formerly Roman Catholic friend.
Yeah, so for what I did not have a lot of other references to go on for how, Protestants or Presbyterians or Episcopalians or whatever
That's fair.
view that.
Yeah.
Mostly what I was interested in really was the spiritual side, the afterlife stuff.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be quite unique. What his idea of what happens to you after you die, what is the spiritual realm like, and the idea that it is you just float around as pure thought form, essentially, and you can make things happen just by thinking, but also you kind of just have a normal life after you die. Like, you just go about doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's not real different from the regular world, other than like it's less shitty, and you can kind of have whatever you want because all you got to do is think it.
I mean, it reminds me of like the Egyptian afterlife.
Yeah.
It's like the regular afterlife. A lot of modern spiritualist afterlife is like that.
Yeah.
Like you're pure thought form, and you just kind of think and you make things happen.
It sounds like a nice vacation right now, actually. That'd be great.
Yeah, it is probably the closest to what I actually kind of imagine the afterlife sort of being. Like, you go to where you feel like you're supposed to go to, which also kind of makes me think of that, like the Egyptian afterlife, because they weigh your heart, and if your heart is weighed down by more than the feather of truth, the feather of Ma'at, then your soul is obliterated. You are eaten, by the soul devourer.
Yeah, I'm like, that's terrifying, but
you don't get another go round.
Nope.
But that to me, I always interpreted that as an internal thing, that if you felt more guilt and I would like to think that when
you knew.
Yeah.
Like, your sins.
Yeah, exactly. And if the sins that you that you were judging yourself, that God is not judging you, or the gods are not judging you, you're judging you.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And I can see where that also ties into, like, everything is a piece of the divine. Everything is a piece of God.
Right.
And so because you have that piece of God in you, you have that piece of the divine in you, you inherently know, when you did bad. You inherently you know when you're a bad person. Now you may be able to, put yourself into denial about the fact that you're a bad person and then get through your life that way, but that doesn't really fly once you're dead.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I've watched enough episodes of Father Brown.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of thinking about The Good Place too.
Yeah.
Like, where you're supposed to be.
You know what this is.
Yeah. This is the bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody ended up in the bad place because the good place was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, he came down because the bad place was running amok and was going to overtake all the other places. So,
Sounds very current.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg. If people want to know more weird stuff about you, where can they find you?
So I will be speaking at Chicago Steampunk Expo later this year in June. I will be doing 2 panels there. I have Hoaxes, Hucksters, and Humbugs. So all about hoaxers and frauds and practical jokers of the Victorian era.
Okay.
And then I also have
Evil's in it.
not at the the I haven't written it yet, but he could be. We could do a whole section. I could do a whole section on snake oil, type guys. Yeah. But I do know that presentation has been done by very well by other presenters that we have watched.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go too far into that. I've got some choice guys though.
I'm sure you do.
Especially like some choice Victorian pranksters.
Good.
Yeah. And we are not going to talk about Barnum.
It's been done.
It's been done.
Find some new folks. Yeah.
You can go on the internet and learn all you want.
Yeah. Go. Yes. Do somebody else.
Yeah.
One of my first research papers in elementary school, I think in 5th grade, was on Barnum.
Yeah. So it's it's old hat. It's fine.
I think mine was on Houdini.
Yeah, that tracks for both of you.
Yeah. I asked my father, like, oh, so I have to write this research paper on a famous person, and he was like, you should do Barnum. So I did.
That tracks for Pa as well. Mine was Amelia Earhart. So
that also checks out. Wow, that
mine
also
was
checks
Amelia
out.
Earhart. So, yeah.
Like for as terrible a person as Barnum very often was, he did care a lot about his community. He got involved in local and regional government later in his life because he wanted to take care of his community.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, look, even MAGAs have dogs. Like it's fine. Not everybody is 100% evil all the time, except for like a very choice few of them.
I would say most people aren't evil. They're just.
But otherwise, yes, you can find me working with Neighborhood Theater Group, as do Kay and Krista very often. Right now, we have a show coming up called After All, written by Cole Hunter Zubak, that I am doing sets for.
Hell yeah.
They have produced multiple of my shows. I have starred in multiple of their shows. Yeah. That is where you see most of my work these days. I don't get a chance to do a lot of prose work anymore. It's mostly playwriting. You can find a lot of it, including my work, on Neighborhood Theater Group's YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
including mine. They did one of my plays.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then if this is the finale, all the spots where to find us. If you don't by now, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, we'll also be at Chicago Steam.
We will also. Oh yeah, that's right. We will also be at Chicago Steam. Duh. Yep. We have 2 presentations. One is Lewis Carroll and the Occult, and one is Weird Cryptid Encounters. I've already found some wild shit.
Hey, I sent you guys all those new ones we found from Michigan that we had never heard of.
Somehow. Yeah. Thank you for another season. Holy cow, we did 7. That's crazy.
That is wild. It's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
And still so many places we haven't covered.
Right?
So many places.
New stuff
and you learned new stuff today.
Yeah. Yeah, if you would like more stuff over the summer, the spring and summer, when we are on hiatus, check out our Patreon. There's some cool stuff there, including an interview with ufologist and author Raymond Szymanski, some true crime stuff, some road trips. I don't know. We got a lot.
We got some stuff there. We got some interviews. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
This is what happens when I don't have a script in front of me. This isn't cool.
Yeah. Friends have got stuff coming out too, don't they? Because the Jester Cabinet movie is coming out soon.
Oh my god,
isn't that out?
Is that already out?
I don't know. I keep seeing advertisements saying it's coming on the Facebooks, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, check out Afterlife Road production and Ben Goldman. They did a whole documentary on the Jester Cabinet that's featured in Ypsilanti Ghosts and Legends.
Yeah,
I love that guy. Ben and the cabinet. I mean both.
Yeah. He came with the cabinet to the book drop.
Yeah, listeners have heard that a couple times, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. That's so cool. So yeah, go support them too. They're local. They're just trying to make it in this crazy world these days.
Always gotta hustle.
Oh God, unfortunately.
We gotta hey, look, cat kibble is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Oh my
We gotta
God,
earn
it
that
is.
kibble.
Gotta earn that kibble.
And we've said this a couple times on a few recent episodes, but if you have any haunted or urban legends or weird stories about Ann Arbor, please send them our way for Secret Project number 2. That'd be great.
I'm very proud of you guys for Secret Project number 2.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's proving a lot more difficult than Secret Project number 1.
Which
It's
is
definitely
weird.
a different flavor. Very different flavor.
So
Which
different.
Which is weird because you already have like a bunch of stories from doing tours.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
We need more.
We need more. Send them to us.
All right.
Thank you again. Thank you, dear Michigals. And we'll see you in some places this summer. And if not, we will see you with season 8 premiere on Halloween. Happy haunting.